YouTube, what's good, y'all? Good morning. It's your boy Hendrick back with another video. I recently saw this video um, pop up on my homepage from a few days ago. So whoever's keeping Mr. Samuel's page alive dropped this video. So I wanted to react to it. The title of it is Why Women Hate the Wall. And for those who don't know what hitting the wall means, so it typically means a woman who is older, right? Who, you know, isn't as desirable as she used to be in the sexual marketplace, so to speak, right? So it was for a multitude of reasons. So it could be either, typically women who are older are one, they typically aren't as desirable because they, I, most cases have children. So that's gonna knock them down a few points in men's eyes for the quote unquote high value man that all these women seek. You know, the 666 guys, or 6 or 7 figure guys, and and all the other requirements that these women want. Also, women who are older typically set in their ways. They're less likely to adhere to a man's authority in a lot of cases. So they have their makeup. They are who they are, and they're not gonna change. They're not gonna settle. And a lot of women, they're older, they're not as attractive, and they let themselves go physically. They don't take care of themselves in most cases, obese, things of that nature. So I just wanted to clarify that before I get into the video, just to give you guys a better understanding of what the wall, quote unquote, actually is. So, but without further ado, let's hear Mr. Samuels. Rest in peace to him. And yeah, let's get it.
With a lot of these people who have problems with things that, like I say or some of the other guys are saying, it doesn't matter how I say it. The fact is, there's some women that just are just are angry. I don't want to say they just have a problem with black men. He can never be right. Nothing you can ever do is good. And the problem is that you have starting to have women, younger women, women period, coming over into here because here's the thing: whether you are this or that, or level up or date out, the end consumer of the product that is a woman is a man. And if you got all this theory and mindset for women, and there are no men picking them up, getting them, coupling, and moving on, means nothing. So let's get into it. Where the high value women at? Behind that preposition. Behind that preposition. The high value women would see that statement and be like, ah. See, I listened to what 50 said. I listened to what Curtis Jackson said, and it wasn't insulting. He was stating his preference. And the thing is, why not just say, if this is what men like him want, and if I want a man like him, you're going to have to give him what he wants. I have yet to hear women in mass, when you hear a lot of sisters, especially older sisters, say black men say we're angry with this, with that, we're hard to cooperate with, we're not submissive. All right, then if you hear this, why don't you become that? You hear what, it's not as though you don't hear what these guys are saying they want. Let's just be real. You don't feel as though you have to give it to them.
I will say though, women will submit to the guy that they want. I'm telling you that right now. Women will be cooperative for a man that they respect and they really into. The ones that they're not into, they don't respect. They're not gonna give them the submission that a lot of men are looking for. They're not gonna give them peace. They're gonna give them hell. They're gonna give them headaches. But for the man that they like, the man who got his stuff together, that woman who truly desires, oh, she's going to act different, fam. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Because far too many women in our culture feel as though they're above the men.
That's true.
This is a culture thing. More than a race thing, it's a culture thing. You don't have to respect. You can say, I'll respect my man and I'll submit to my man. Yeah, but you'll give every other man in the culture your butt to kiss.
Yep.
And that's not how this thing
Yep. That's what I just said. They'll respect the man that they like. They'll submit and bow down to him.
works. And sadly, while you have between 16 and 29, men have between 18 and 90. What are you going to do? Because it's not as though he said something wrong or was being overly rude. But if he decides he wants to go down the path and do something different, he has the option. You can't type in all caps, man. You can't type in all caps, it'll time you out. I mean, if you come in here typing in all caps, Wallace, type like you have some sense, man, you're going to have to go. You love Derek Jackson? Okay, cool. Enjoy. Look, man, I don't have problems with people. I don't have a problem with. If you like somebody's content, I think some of the things he says is dangerous to women, especially older women. They're getting on at night. They're like, oh, I don't want that part. So, what else was I going to say? I was listening to. I'm not going to say the woman, but there's. I want to get back to this other part. Older women, and when I talk about older women, we're talking about from a marriage standpoint. That means women over 30. 30 years old is old to be contemplating a first marriage. Go to matchmakers, wedding planners, anybody will tell you that's just what it is. It's old to be planning a wedding. Okay? Like I said, we gotta start calling things what they are. And again, I heard a woman talking about the wall. That men hit the wall too, and how, if you're a black woman, the wall isn't the wall for you. This notion that you can make up rules to suit you just because again, notice how when women like this begin to speak, they want to change things because they've aged past. See, when you still have time, you don't care. If you're 22, somebody says the wall, you're not really sweating it. But when you're 29 and somebody says the wall, then you got a problem with the concept of the wall. Why? Because you've wasted those years.
Yep, he's right about that. Women, well, man, it's like the women, I call the buzzer beaters, man. I think Coach Greg Adams talked about this too. The buzzer beaters, man, between like ages like 29 and like especially like their mid to late 30s, like that 34 to 37 group, age group, yeah, those are the real true buzzer beaters. They be, all right, it's time to, all right, I need to get married, I need to have a kid in the next year. They be dating with intention. They be like, I ain't playing no games. Listen, we gotta be exclusive after like 3-4 dates. I'm not here to waste time. I'm only dating with intention to marry. Blah blah blah. But before that, ages 18 to 30, 31, 32. Oh, marriage. Oh no, I'm just having a good time. I'm too young for that. As soon as they get in that buzzer beater zone, shot clock winding down 2 seconds, they're like, I gotta chuck this thing up. Hope it hit the bottom of the net. Thing be crazy.
The wall exists for a reason. The wall exists for a reason.
It do.
Derek Jackson.
I will say though, the wall for men, yeah, men's wall is like it's different, right? So like, if a guy has his stuff together, and he's making money, he's successful, he's doing his thing, good looking, he don't really men don't hit no wall because as they age and as they acquire more assets, it's like the wall. I mean the door just opens that much wider. The wall just becomes obsolete. For men to hit a wall, they're at the bottom and they never made it. They were already the wall for men is like 18, 19 through their 20s. And then in their 30s, that's that they become more valuable. Net worth increases. They're in better positions financially. They start to look better. Like if you look at men, their pictures at 18 versus like in their 30s, 40s, night and day difference. Oh, men's value increases as he ages. So like the men's wall is like 18 through like 30 really. They have a wall because they're not valuable. No women's checking for them. And then man, late 20s, 30s, start to acquire more. Then that wall just starts to break down and get destroyed. So, but for women, that wall starts as they age. Every year that passes, that wall raises another foot.
Graduated high school in 2007. Yeah, that's another thing. I gotta say, I'm looking at you women with a side eye who really listen to what he says. He just turned 30. And especially older women listening to him, you should know better. The women that can listen to him, really, if they were in their teens to early 20s, sure. There's no way a guy who just turned 30 can tell you anything. Not for the most, not for the entirety of women. Let me say that. The wall. I mean, I heard this woman the other day, you're just wrong about the wall, and a man can hit the wall too. If a man's money is not right, he's at the wall. Yeah, but see, he can always go get more money. You can't go get more time. Can't. A man can get himself together inside a year, or inside of 3 years, turn his entire life around.
Yep. Facts. Yep. All right, for man, it can man 3 to 5 years. He really buckled down. He lock in, bro. His life can change forever. I mean, honestly, it could take less than that. It could take a year, 2 years. His life could change forever. That's the difference. That's why I'm saying, like, men's wall is when they're young. When they're older, if they did everything, if they took the necessary steps and did what they had to do and grinded and made something of themselves, there is no wall for a man. That man, shoot, that man will from 30, honestly, man, to like your early like 35 and up. If you've taken the necessary steps and done what you're supposed to, bro, your life. I'm telling you, your life skyrocket. I'm telling you this from experience. My life got drastically better in my probably like 31, 32. My life I made a lot more money. I was able to do a lot more things. Got more women too as a result. And the more you acquire, you'll get more attractive women. Man, listen, bro. Let me let the Godfather speak.
You can't do that. Again, age gap dating. The group of women the women have a problem with it because they can't do it. Older women dating younger men know that there is no future in this. It is just a short time, but again, They're wasting the most valuable time. If a woman's dating a man 10 years younger than him, when he decides he's done with that, she's just wasted her time. And what you're going to notice is it comes down to time. Patriarchy, gender roles, traditional values, all comes down to time. So go ahead. If I got something wrong on this high value thing, go ahead, join in. But see, the thing is, Hydel, if you type in the caps, man, it's going to block you. If you type in caps, it's going to block you. And I said this the other day. Who can tell you sisters the truth? Who can tell you the truth? All right, this is your second. You need, hello? All right, it's your second time calling. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, Tamika.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Hey, how are you? How many times have you called into my show?
I think this might be my third time. The first time you weren't hearing me so well. The second time we had a discussion. This is my third time.
We've had two discussions. So what can I help you with?
I have a question. You make a statement sometimes.
Hold on, Allison. I will get back. I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room, Allison. You'll be up next, okay?
Sure, no problem.
No. You can stay. You can stay to me. Go ahead, Tamika. Go ahead. I make a statement that. Go ahead. Ask your question.
So I've heard you say quite a few times that unmarried women will generally die alone. But based on my observation, if a woman is younger,
What's the question? What's the question? I don't need a statement. Just give me the question.
Wouldn't a married woman who is much younger than her husband die alone as well?
But she got a chance to be married and have a life and have kids. It's not a trick question. 1 out of 3 black women married. That means 3 out of 4 will die unmarried, i.e., die alone. It's 75% most. It's 75%.
Okay, I was just saying.
It's 75% most.
Sure. Yes.
Okay, so if most black women don't marry in their lifetime, won't most black women die alone?
I'm gonna say something a little further. Forget marriage. Yeah, most women haven't even been in a meaningful relationship. Forget marriage. I be watching Kendra G and some of these other panels and stuff on the low, and you'd be surprised how many women have never even been in a relationship, like an exclusive relationship with a guy. They've gone their whole adult life into their 30s and never have had that experience. They've dated, gotten hunched on, skeeted on. I mean, and never had a dude claim them and say, "Yeah, you my girl, we in a relationship." It's so forget marriage. Like it's bad to shoot. In today's day, shoot. These women ain't requiring relationships like that. They just want a hunch toy from time to time. Somebody to vibe, kick you with, have fun, travel, get their back blown out on the balcony, and that's it.
I agree. I'm not disputing that part.
Okay.
I'm just saying if the female is much younger than her husband, it is likely for him to pass away before her, and she will die alone regardless.
Okay. You're trying to play tit for tat. It doesn't matter. She got married. The other ones didn't. Focus on the one. Okay, you're not married.
No.
And this is and I would say this topic likely bothers you.
No, it doesn't.
Then why are you okay? Then what is your ultimate point? That hey, everybody dies alone. Well, if you want to get technical, Tamika, everybody dies alone. No one dies with somebody else. That's not the point. See, let me explain something to you. Many black women are like you. You always have to be right. You're going to still argue when you're wrong on the facts. If you looked in the chat room, everybody's saying, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? Most black women die alone, and you're still talking about, well, a woman who gets married to an older man, and he dies, she still dies alone as well.
For the most part, I agree with all the things that you say. This just particular part, it's almost...
Get off my show. I don't give a shit if you agree with most of the things. It's ridiculous.
I'm surprised he didn't do the salute. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't do the salute.
I'm not going to sit there and argue with your ass about the fact that most women are going to die alone if they don't get married. Wasting my time. Again, you see? It doesn't matter if you're right on the facts. Even if they agree with you, you're right. 1 out of 4 will get married. That means 3 out of 4 won't. So the 3 out of 4 that don't get married will die alone. Instead of just saying, yeah, but isn't that just as bad as if one of the ones who got married, see what they're trying, it's almost like I heard this argument where somebody tried to make being a baby daddy and being an in-home father.
All right, this is the end of the video. I mean, his channel needs no introduction. If y'all want to watch some of his older videos, just type in Kevin Samuels in the search, he'll pop up, man. Shout out to him, man. Rest in peace to him. Man, he dropped a lot of gems. This was another one. And yeah, let me know y'all thoughts, man. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Please hit that like button, trying to get back in this algorithm. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, I'll be back later. I'll probably drop another one after work, man. I'm out, y'all. Peace.